morning, everybody. It is Sunday, November the 15th, 2020. Whenever I do these SWC alum vlogs, it's usually me at work or talking about my schoolwork, and I wanted to make this video to show you what my weekends look like. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning right now on a Sunday, and I'm about to get the day started. So one of the things I like to do over the weekend when I'm not distracted by school or work is I like to get a little bit deeper into my fasting, and that's when I use those ketogenic strips or the keto strips that I showed a minute ago. Those are really good for determining if your body is in ketosis, meaning if your body is basically just using its own body fat for fuel. Taking a little walk through 3rd Avenue in Chula Vista right now, like I like to do most Sundays, and I figured I would show all of you a couple of places that you might find interesting. I actually have my ASO sweater this morning. Right behind me is Blackie's, and they used to be across the street, but this is where ASO traditionally gets their awards and trophies and plaques for the ASO ceremony. At least they did in sort of the early 2000s. If you've ever wondered where I get my copies of the Star newspaper, I'll show you guys where I get that. Across the street from Just Java Hall on 3rd Avenue, there is this place called the Balboa. Next to the Balboa is the Chula Vista Brewery, and right next to the Chula Vista Brewery is the Star News. Right under this big sign, you have this newspaper holder, and if you open it up, you can grab a copy for free. And what did you know? Southwestern College is on the front page. If you've lived in Chula Vista a while, then you may be familiar with a man by the name of Gonzalo Quintero. And he is an interesting young person because he's not only a council member for the city of National City, but in addition to that, he used to be ASO advisor. He used to be an advisor for the ASO, and he's on the Southwestern College, I believe the board of directors. So, he sits on the foundation, I think. Anyway, he and his wife own a couple of restaurants here on 3rd Avenue. The first restaurant owned by them is La Bella's Pizza Garden, and this is actually an interesting place. I remember when I first became an ASO senator, this was a long time ago, I was very excited to get started, and over the summer, the ASO president and a few of the VPs, we actually came here for lunch, so lots of good memories in there. Right behind me is the Tavern by the Vogue. This is the second restaurant owned by Gonzalo Quintero and his family. I actually believe it's his wife's family, but I'm not quite sure. Anyway, if you go in there for a cheeseburger, you might run into him, and if you talk to him about Southwestern College, he can tell you a lot. Right behind me is another place from my early ASO days. It's called Sunset Cafe, and it's actually a hookah bar. I don't think they're open anymore, or at least not during COVID, but I remember when I was a senator thinking about running for ASO president, it was between me and this other individual, and this is actually where we had a big talk about it, and it's actually where I decided to just go for it, and I did. This looks like the most unsafe ATM on the planet. Don't take your money out of here. You don't have to go all the way to Southwestern College if you want a copy of the Southwestern College Sun. If you go to 3rd Avenue in Chula Vista, right across from this attorney at law's office and the tattoo parlor, right there, there's actually a stand for the Southwestern College Sun newspaper, so you can just get a free one here. Okay, so now I'm about to show you where Juan Vargas' office is. So right behind 3rd Avenue is Landis, and right across the street from Marie Callender's, once you turn the corner and over to your right, ta-da! On the intersection of F and Garrett, right across the street from the Chula Vista Police Department, there is this clock that is always wrong. I just read the Star newspaper, and Southwestern College is actually featured twice on this issue. The first is to talk about the search for the new superintendent president of Southwestern College, and then the second one, I think it's an op-ed written by Dr. Kindred Murillo to talk about the findings of a survey that they conducted. The article about the search for the new superintendent, I hate to say this, but it's stuff we've already seen. The governing board talks about how important it is to have a superintendent president. They say it's the most important position. They say that the next person will have big shoes to fill. We've seen this already 3 or 4 times over the last 8 years. So whoever is going to become the new superintendent president of Southwestern College, I think the students deserve better than just having a revolving door of a superintendent president, whoever that may be. So if you're considering running, please think about what kind of position this is, and the students, I think, deserve someone who's going to be there for the long haul. I think Dr. Kindred Murillo did an excellent job, and I wish her all the best. Got a chance to meet her. She's wonderful. The Southwestern College Governing Board, according to this article, is going to have a new superintendent president by year's end. So by 2021, we should have a new superintendent president. Awesome, thank you so much.
And you're all set, thank you.
Thanks. When we're in Santee, you already know, gotta get that Raising Cane's. We got the 23 minor times 10. That's 230 bucks. As you can see, we are currently at Barona Casino. And before you say anything, we're not just here to gamble. We actually came here because we wanted to see if there were any rooms that we could rent for Christmas, because we're trying to come up with some new Christmas plans. Turns out that they only have hotel rooms for some of the higher levels of their rewards program. So we don't qualify. We're probably gonna end up at Saquon. We are back from the casino. Came back home, I got my paycheck and a little bit of cash that I have on me, so I have to head on over to the bank and make that deposit. After I deposit the money, I may go out and do some Christmas shopping now that I have a few hours alone. That's one of the good things about Harvard Extension, is that you don't find yourself often taking out student loans. The bad news is that you have to pay for classes out of pocket, and because I haven't been fully accepted to the undergraduate program, I don't qualify for a lot of financial aid. My rent, my bills, about 50% of my income goes to that. And then I am also working from home most days, so that saves on gas. And the rest, I just keep saving and saving away, and that's what I use to pay for my classes. I know a lot of people are buying their things off Amazon to keep the social distancing, and also because it may be less expensive in some cases. But I work in the industry, I work in e-commerce, I know how difficult it can be to get products out on time, so I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to buy it at the store. Huge line to get into Victoria's Secret today. I had my doubts about being able to find gifts, but I actually did find a few. So I can go home feeling a little accomplished. I actually got a few presents for myself, including this little gem, perfect for Christmas. Finished watching a movie. I'm about to go to bed, but I want to thank you so much for joining me today. This is really kind of a typical weekend for me and for my family. And for those of you who are working from home or studying from home and you think, well, I don't really get the chance to go out, I hope you look forward to the holidays as much as I do. I certainly am. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.